everybody out there. I hope y'all are doing swell. Been out delivering lures to local tackle stores, and well, I can't thank them enough for all their business. It's really been swell this year, and ran into an old buddy of mine, and we've been friends for 45 years, I guess, or about that much time, and old Robert Carr. And we're still really good friends, and it's kind of interesting how our friendship came about. And we went to Farmington schools our entire life, from kindergarten till 12th grade, and through all those early years, we didn't like each other very much. We just never did get along very well, even up into junior high school and all that. We did not like each other at all. But later on, my dad had built a new house, and my grandfather built a pond behind that house, 400 or 500 yards back behind his house, back in a little wooded patch. Well, my dad spent a lot of time. We had a bunch of big bluegills in there that we fed, and a bunch of big bass. It wasn't a very big pond, but it was chock full of fish. Had some big ones, like a 7-pounder and some 4-pounders, and just a bunch of bass. And I'd go up and terrorize them things every day after school. And I was young then, probably 13, 14 maybe, I don't know. And that was my thing. That's where I spend my afternoons after school. But one year I began to notice I wasn't really catching many anymore. It was getting worse, really wasn't catching any. And one day I happened to walk up through there, and lo and behold, there was Robert Carr and one of his buddies seining my pond. They had cleaned it out. I mean, they caught them all. I don't think there was any fish left, I guess. And man, I was upset. This little kid now, and I was kind of nerdy little kid. I was upset now. I'm talking like, glad I wasn't grown. It would have been bad. But boy, you think about not liking each other now. I couldn't stand the dude. But as we moved into high school, an interesting thing happened. You know, back then there wasn't many people into fishing. It wasn't a thing like it is now. You know, there wasn't anybody into fishing except me. And so all of a sudden we had some common ground. Well, we had a couple things as common ground. Girls and fishing. So for a couple of 16-year-olds, God, that's going to build a pretty good friendship right there. And we began to run around together, and we began to fish together, and next thing you know, we're fishing tournaments all over the place, and having a whole lot of fun. I'll just leave that alone. And that was 45 years ago. Still friends today. We've won a lot of tournaments together, won a boat together, had a lot of fun together. It's nice to know that after all these years, we're still friends and having a good time. But it's kind of interesting. Fishing will bridge about any gap that you want to put out there. And, you know, it brought two people together that probably would have never got to be friends, and just because of our love for fishing. So, maybe that's what a person ought to do nowadays in the world we live in, is maybe we should just take all our enemies fishing. Might just fix a whole lot of things, you know. Who knows? Pretty cool story. We'll catch you next time.